spring that snapped. And just because I didn't want to, boy, I'm really revealing a lot of my insanity. Because I tried to, before I left New York, I tried to put a spring on there. And the spring that I put on seemed to kill the sound. And then I said, well, maybe I have to find another spring. I didn't have time to do it because this happened the day before I left for Paris. Like the morning, I was playing my horn and the spring went pop. And I just I had another spring there and I tried it on and it didn't work. So, until I can go back and find the right spring that matches, makes the horn not die. I just put a rubber band on it,
When you say it affects the sounds, you mean what, the tension of the
response
spring?
of the horn.
Okay.
It affects the way it,
Okay, but you're playing. Okay. Donc il a essayé de changer un...
in the water like a pebble. It has the point of impact, and then waves radiate out from that point. And that's the way I think about the sound. It's like there's the fundamental pitch, and then all the overtones radiating outward from that. So it's not like vertical or vertical and like this up and down. It's more like radiating out. So it's like you think of it like a target. So you get top, the center of the sound, which gives you the pitch, and then all the overtones, which gives you the color, radiating out from that. So the purpose of all this insanity, is to allow me to get that sound that I hear in my head, that I need to hear in order to play. So you see what I mean about finding the center of the sound? There's that note in the middle. And so that's 75% of what I do is about the sound. And me hearing that certain sound in my head and just being able to get that flexibility. And conceptually, what I do is I try to think of myself like as a singer, and just wanting to play melodies, Gil, you want to come up and...
Okay. Il disait qu'il imaginait qu'il c'était un...
So I'll just play a little bit of this song, and I'll try to talk a little bit about how I, approach it. Let's do a little intro.
No, I haven't been playing
What?
I haven't been playing this.
I know.
It starts on a half, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
You want the music?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Excuse us for sure you want the music?
Okay.
That's a good number. So I'll play just about 8 bars of this. Hey. My friends back there. Thomas, stand up please. Thomas.
Thomas Savi, s'il vous plaît.
He did the gig. He played bass clarinet on the gig, and this guy is a fantastic musician. This guy, unbelievable.
Thomas Savi qui joue la clarinette basse pour le concert du Gil Goldstein.
Vous avez un vrai musicien fantastique.
One, two, three. Now I tried to think of that, it's like, what I do is I think of the words of the song. That really helps me to kind of get the phrasing right. And it's about pacing the melody, you know.
Donc il pense aux mots en fait de la chanson quand il dit que ça l'aide à phraser correctement.
And I you know, in hearing myself play it, I'm trying to figure out a way to talk about things that I do that I don't really think about, you know, unless I mean, I know I phrase things, like I use a lot of like legato tonguing, like which is, to me, comes from like a lot of the blues players. So one of the important players to me early on was a guy named Hank Crawford, who played with the Ray Charles band. And he was a guy that just really understood how to play slow. The hardest thing in the world, and I think most of you who play the saxophone understand, the hardest thing in the world to do is to play a ballad. Because you have to not get nervous. You have to just be patient and let the notes speak for themselves. And understand that leaving space is really important. That the note and the space are equal. So in a way, what you're doing by playing that note is you're interrupting the silence. You know, so you treat that space as if, you know, it's not like there's nothing happening in that space. There's a lot happening in that space. The tension, the pull, the momentum of the melody exists in that space. So how you end a note, how you start a note, where you start a note, all matters. And that's not something that you can really, that's something you just have to learn. You know, and the only way you can really learn it is just to do it. One of the tricks that I have, especially playing ballads, is to learn the words of the ballad. You know, so it gives me an insight into how to phrase.
Donc